Today, on this episode of Reality Gays, we're drunk, y'all. It's a drunk show.
I've got my father's new wine. I don't want to call this a drunk show.
But it is a drunk show because you're drunk on your phone.
I'm fine.
Get ready for a ride, y'all. Roll it, Christina.
I'm not saying roll it.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiance. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Beyonce. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's reality, gays. Let's love.
Oh, Birkan, I miss pickleball, but I do love being here with you.
Yes, Laura.
Walking down the street.
Do you ever think that you playing pickleball might put you in a pickle?
Oh, wow. That's so... Oh, that is
Just
powerful.
the concept of two people playing against one another. It's the eternal pickle of humanity.
Oh, my God. You're so good at this. Oh.
Look
so
at those
meaningful.
ships out there.
Oh.
I
Aren't they cute?
definitely don't want to have sex with you tonight, so let's keep walking.
Okay. Sure. Oh, that's a pretty building, isn't it?
The word building is interesting.
Uh-huh.
Are we building or are we taking away?
Oh, God. Your mind.
I know. It's all Nietzsche. I want to push this guy into a bus. Architecture is the art we live in. I want to smother you. I want to drown you.
He is meme speaking, but bad meme speaking.
She says, I'm a walking zombie. And he says, it's not you. The other people are. They have no idea of where we're going. This is like if you were taking a philosophy class and they gave you Laffy Taffy. This is philosophical Laffy Taffy.
It's Phyllis. And she even said, like, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cute. But her gut is saying, like...
She's like, it can't feel ridiculous, but ultimately I like it and I wouldn't change it. Boy, talk about someone who's only seeing the positive side.
I think that, that's a great point, and we'll talk about it with Laura and Birkan, but Birkan. Whereas Lisa is
when the darkness comes, the light shines out.
Oh boy.
Shut up.
She's not dumb.
Fucking drown him.
She's not completely naive and delusional like Lisa, but it'll be interesting.
Herself.
But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Y'all, this is Reality Gays. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Poodle. And I'm 2 drinks of whatever this new wine with club soda is.
I got a new high noon.
Gotta
Y'all,
say,
we're at home.
Gotta say my face is hot.
Uh-oh, boy. Then this show's going to end well. This is 90-Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, or as we like to say, B90.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, that's fine. It's season 8, episode 4. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Part 2.
Part 2. Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Emma, Ziad, Forrest and Sheena, and
a Broadway corner.
Broadway corner,
else.
and Lyra and Birkan.
Oh boy,
Laura
your
and
speech is
Birkan.
going great. This is going to go great. Thanks for Father Poodle's
Friend,
new
have you
wine.
tried my wine? It was the only thing in the house to drink.
You didn't bring your own booze?
Sometimes I buy it, and sometimes I just forget. There's plenty of booze here. There's plenty of wine here.
Does your mom like drinking his wine?
She'll drink it if she has to. She normally buys wine, but there wasn't anything in the. I even looked in the laundry room where she keeps all the wine because her housekeeper is very judgmental, so she hides the wine.
But the housekeeper knows it's there.
She does. But evangelicals around here, they don't like to drink. And this woman, Rhonda is her name. I think my mother is afraid of being judged by her. So my mother puts her wine back in the laundry room in the cabinets. It's just a whole thing. That's all I've got to say.
To be 73 years old, or however your mother Poodle is.
73.
Said to be 73. I hope at 73 years old, I have released any shits I give about what other people think. I hope by
Not
50.
here.
But at 73, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, on that positive note, thank you for our 10,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. We're
thanks a lot. I'm not going to be grateful for it. What am I getting for it? Are we getting anything?
Well, we did want to have subscribers because it helps our channel. And let me look and see how many we have now.
Can you give me something like monetary?
We are still.
I'm sorry. I'm a bird in the hand kind of person.
Well, this is airing on the 29th.
Why does that saying always feel like it's saying like a dick and a pussy to me? Bird in the hand?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what I can't. I'm stuck. My arms are stuck behind this chair.
It's fine. My mother's texting me. I got to text her back.
Okay, it is late for your mother to text you. Also, you don't need to text your mother while we're on the air.
God.
Where were we? I don't know.
So anyway, yes,
I'm tipsy from this new wine.
Oh, great. I guess I'll just lead. That's fine.
No, you won't, because that's bad.
You know what? You deserve to sit back in the passenger seat because you've had a hard couple of 3 days.
But you don't do it well.
It feels like you've been at your parents' home for 4 weeks. At least for you describing it to me. Do you feel that?
3 days last 3 weeks here.
It's time, definitely.
I actually had a wonderful time in New York, and I'm going to talk about it on the Broadway corner.
Oh, good.
It was a little cold. I got to see some really good friends and have some good theater conversations. But I've decided staying in Manhattan just like keeps my I guess I'm constantly activated, and I think I might stay in Brooklyn next time. But
you know what?
The problem is,
I was just talking to a friend about that because she wanted to go to New York, and I said, I don't want to stay in Manhattan. I want to stay in Brooklyn. I just said that last week.
Maybe New Jersey. Yeah.
I can't stay in Manhattan anymore. The problem is,
all you have to do is take the train in, and it's a half hour. But maybe I'll just stay in Brooklyn.
I don't know. I have some friends that live in Harlem. Maybe it's quieter there, but I can't imagine.
Well, I have friends who live. No, it's quieter. It's much quieter. But I'm tired. I love being in Manhattan because it's close to everything, and I love feeling that way. But I'm just activated the whole time.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much for me.
Where are we?
Anyway, all right, everyone. I think that's it. Let's just jump into this.
We're on vacation this week, but you're going to get your content. You're going to get your pound of flesh. You're going to get it.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get Christina's best of from our RG Plus. So if you're not subscribed to RG Plus and you're like, what am I missing? You're gonna find out. So she's gonna put that
Did
episode.
you just
and you're
gasp?
I kind of went, yeah, I did. Mhm. Oh my God, that reminds me. Hold on one second.
Don't put on your Invisalign. No,
Yeah,
it's too late. Please don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I'm begging you. Don't do this to me.
Okay, I'll wait.
Can you hear it, y'all? I love how you
Okay.
put your fingers in your mouth. It's disgusting.
I just washed my hands. I just went to the bathroom and washed my hands thoroughly.
But y'all can hear it, right? The
What?
Invisalign.
Well, I want to keep on track because I want to get them out as soon as possible.
You can hear it. The lisp immediately magnifies. I hate it.
It's
The
going to
thing
be
is,
worse when I get a retainer.
You want to get it off as soon as possible, but that's not real. It's however long your orthodontist wants to keep you in pain. All this is a farce. It's one big farce. It's one big, like, French bouffa farce. You can play along with it if you want, but I won't.
Let's start the show.
There's a Broadway corner coming up. That's all I have to say. Emma and Ziad.
Let's do it.
I gotta say, I never mind seeing footage of a snake charmer. And the snake going and trying to go.
I mean, you kind of can't look away, but I'm like, why are
I
we doing this with
love it.
cobras? Why?
I love it.
I don't think it's smart.
It's smart.
No, I said I don't think it's smart to do.
Oh, it's not.
Cobras are dangerous.
So Ziad is saying he's like, I wanted to go out and clear my head. He hopes things are better today. And Emma, she's like, I just pictured this very different. I thought we'd be waking up together and he bringing me coffee and we're like cuddling. And that's not how it went. His behavior last night is making me suspicious. But I want this to be fun and focus on the positive. Question for you. Who is our in this couple? We have to have an in every couple. It's not Emma and it's not Ziad. Who is it?
Yeah, because they're both not very. Because
we don't know
hard to be
anything
likable
about
'cause
him,
she's so
and she
delusional
is
about this.
She is a completely vapid Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
Who is our in?
Yeah.
Because I can't get into this storyline, and I just can't. I don't feel anything.
As I watch it, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. And so, yeah, and I think it's just going to be a lot of this. Like they had a fight last night, but then the next day they wake up and like, we want to keep it positive. I think we're just going to be doing this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, it was sweet when he was consoling her when she talked about losing her job in some ways, but then also it wasn't because he was like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And you just saw as he's consoling her how different their values and cultures are, and they're never going to make it work.
Well, the whole thing was, it's not, she wanted to tell him she'd been engaged to a guy before, but she couldn't. So that didn't work.
Yeah.
So she basically said she'd been fired.
When she said it, I went, oh my God, I forgot you had been fired. I thought you were just going to talk about the boyfriend. There's so much he doesn't know about you.
The other thing is, why can't she just go to another med spa? Like, I'm sorry, y'all. All this
No, you're right. She lives in Los Angeles.
Stakes at all.
She lives in Los Angeles, y'all. Do you know how many med spas there are in Los Angeles where vapid people are working at?
Just like her.
I've been to them. Like there are so.
You've gotten your face shot up with poison.
She can please. Thank you. Well, that I go to my own plastic surgeon, Dr. Jason Rustain, who's on the show About Face on TLC. Be sure to check it out.
Take that all out, Christina.
No, you
especially
better
if they're
not,
not advertising.
Christina, I will. You will get a pay cut.
Take it out, Christina.
Don't you do it.
Take it out.
Don't you do it.
Take it out.
He gave me a deal on my Botox.
Christina, I'm a lot hard to please.
Yeah, but I do the taxes.
Fair.
But it's there. You are so right. The stakes are they're not
they're
medium.
non-existent.
They're non-existent.
They're non-existent,
Yeah.
and I just don't care. I don't care. And I just look at her like makeup part on her wig, and I just get annoyed. And
you're not. You didn't know people did that until I told you.
I did not know people went to that extent.
Yeah, you put makeup. Oh, you always do that. You put makeup on your wig so that way it looks the same.
But everyone thinks it's a wig.
Yeah. And Sissy's confirmed it is a wig. So
Oh, for sure.
Which is fine.
By the way,
wear a wig.
I think
but it's not a great wig.
She has said that she is biracial.
Yeah, she did say that, I think, on Reddit.
And I think she said she's Italian and her mother's Italian, her father is black. She did say that.
Yeah. So
I don't know how much that factors in. It makes kind of sense when we think about her place in the world. I don't know if it can be her kind of explanation to explain everything, because I just think she's absolutely insufferable.
Yeah, I think whatever her background is aside, like she's just, it's different. She's not, like you said, I think in the last episode, it's not that I almost wish like she was kind of a villain or something, at least. Like there's nothing. It's just this, it just feels emotionless to me.
There's no stakes
and I just
at all.
Like, I don't hate her, but I don't love her. I'm just kind of like,
and
okay,
he's
sure, it's Friday. That's the problem, is that he's boring too.
He's actually just typical of what we've seen. And especially when she says, does he not want to know my past? Does he not want to know about my past? Oh my God, does he not want to know me? Does he hiding something? No, honey. He's the typical guy who doesn't want to know about your past because he would rather think of you as a virgin. It is that fucking simple. Why are you so dense that you don't understand that? It's incredible.
How old is she again? I forgot. I didn't write it down.
27 years old. She is way too old to be this dense.
She is
way too old.
Because especially in Los Angeles, this is not a city where people are naive. You grow up faster in this city. So you know what she gives me the vibes of now that we've kind of talked about this? In a different way, she gives me Sophie vibes. And I bring that up because I wonder if because we've had Sissy Zepp talked about this. Like it is,
but Sophie was more interesting because she had a Narcan her mother.
She had a Narcan her mother. She also kind of would say things that were kind of funny. But Sophie did have this, and I don't want to put everyone in a group, but the sissies have even talked about this, some of the Facebook group and stuff about, and even our comments, like how being biracial and you don't know, like you said earlier, you don't know where you fit into the world.
Yeah.
You don't know what place to be in. We both are white, so we can't speak to this fully. We have no idea. But just from what I've heard sissies and friends talk about, because I have a friend who's a very light-skinned black man who people don't believe him when he tells them I'm black. And so it's, I think, and I bring all this up, is that I think with her, it kind of clicks to me okay, so she's trying to be our Kardashian. She's trying, I think she's just trying on hats. And even though she is 27, I think probably emotionally she feels about 18.
Yeah. I guess I think that a lot of people who've been through things, they're a little more enriched and they're a little more varied and they're a little more I contain multitudes. She's not.
I'm going to, she's not. And I'm going to, I love that you said that. And I don't want to say push back because that feels like I'm negating what you're saying. I actually want to, I love what you said. And sadly, our listeners not counting, I think a lot of people don't even have the concept of what it is to contain multitudes. Because I remember when I learned that concept, kind of like in my 20s, this, oh, wait, I can contain multitudes. I don't have to be this one identity, this one thing. I don't know if a lot of people get there in life. God, that was sad.
Well, that sucks for them. I don't want to know you. I'm an Enneagram 4.
Oh, no.
We're all about multitudes.
You're tipsy and sassy.
Let's move on.
We need to move on.
So she's like, the thing about it is what she can do is he's like, so let's talk about what happened yesterday. It wasn't a good start. I don't like we were fighting all day. And then she says, can you pour me some more tea? He's like, you already drank it? He's like, oh, yeah, I love it.
I love it.
It's almost like she's saying the whole time, I've been here before. I love Marrakesh. And he's not picking up on it, which means he is so fucking dense. Or
I can't tell if he's dense or if it's a language barrier.
It almost feels like she's punking him.
It does
feel
a little bit like that. Yeah, agreed.
And that's why I have absolutely I don't have a lot of empathy for her at all. Mm-hmm. Because it feels like she's running the show and he's trying to catch up.
It gets a little bit like she's doing
production-wise.
It feels a little bit like she's doing this to be on TV.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And so but then she does say, she's like, I want to say I'm sorry. And he's like, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Repeat, please, which is shitty and gross. And she's like, I'm sorry for running away from your kids and like walking away when you were talking and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, it was a long day for me, a lot going on. And I want to tell you something else. I was upset because I got fired. I guess, again, I wish this was high stakes, but I can't feel any of it as high stakes for me.
No.
I think this is one of the weakest storylines we've had in B90 in a long time. I don't feel anything towards either person, and I want them both to go away.
I think this one's going to flame out quickly.
Yeah. I would love to talk to the producer of this and say, what did you hope for this? What was your hope for this? And what did you get? Because this is not compelling television. I really do believe almost everything else that we're watching, even Rick with disgusting Rick and Trisha, that's compelling.
They're both
Laura.
Rick and Trisha are both characters. There's something compelling about both of them individually.
Laura and fucking Birkan, yes, please.
I love Laura. I'm so rooting for her, even though this is going to fail miserably.
So later on, she's like, you know what? It was just like a tornado. It was like an earthquake when I first came here. And she's like, he's like, what do you mean earthquake? She's like, it's like the first day when I came off the plane.
He said, what do you mean tornado? He didn't know what a tornado is.
And she's like, an earthquake. And she's like, it's just so awful. And I'm like, maybe you should talk to someone who actually went through an earthquake to mention that your day was an earthquake.
Maybe.
Anyway, but later on, they're in Old Medina and they're shopping.
They're going shopping because
this is so romantic. I'm going to air kiss you. This is so romantic. I'm going to have a romantic ride.
So she's going to air kiss him. You can get air kisses. You can get air kisses.
Now, what do you think about this? The fact that she is so intractable that when he eats snails, she's like, I would throw up. That's so gross. And he takes the snail out with a toothpick and she said, she asks him, "What's the weirdest food you've tried?" He says sushi. She's like, "Oh my God, I love sushi." And I went, "It's crazy that you can't see that raw fish is actually not as crazy as cooked snails."
It's true. I mean,
You are so fucking ridiculous.
A sissy went off about this. I don't remember if it was in the Facebook or Patreon who they were just like, I am over people being like, oh my God, your food's so weird. And did it because
that is a very common trope of 90 Day Fiance. Yeah.
it's an old trope. I agree with that, sissy. Like when we see
But
it,
snails
I just
are
roll
like
my.
people. This is escargot. People eating snails, but also she's not a good representation of food choices. And she's like, I love sushi. I love it. But when you think about it, to eat raw fish versus cooked snails is very different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can't you step back and see that at all? You're not a good representation. That's why I despise this storyline.
I've
hate it with everything I
think
have.
they're good.
Escargot is amazing.
Escargot is amazing.
Escargot is amazing.
Escargot. You just undercut everything. Like you try to have a point and then you just fucking shat glitter with your mouth.
I don't care. So basically, she's like, yesterday was hard. It brought up old feelings when you like lied to me. It was a trigger. And I've been lied to a lot by a lot of guys. And he starts saying, don't talk about your past, honey.
She says past
you
boyfriend,
never mentioned being with other guys.
But you don't want to know about the things that have happened. He's like, something passes and it passes. We're in the present now. Again, I'm not trying to put people in a monolith, but we do see that a lot of Americans that date someone from like Morocco or someone of a Muslim faith.
The Middle East,
Yeah, I don't know. That's, I guess, a cultural thing of they never want to know about the past. And I just want to bring up, and I was wondering, why is that? And I think what is they only want to think about virgin pussy.
Think of them as a virgin. Yeah.
And it's gross.
The issue is she's like, I think he might be hiding something. And it's just like, that is such the 90 Day Fiance slant instead of the let's think about this person as a religious Muslim slant. And it's so stupid.
It's stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's dumb.
And I just I can't deal with this storyline. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Okay. All right. Well,
Forrest and Sheena.
They're going to be around for a bit, so you might as well get used to it. Put in your butt plug when you have to talk about them so it'll vibrate a little bit every time you say, just. I'm sorry. That was my butt plug. Your butt plug goes.
Forrest and Sheena.
Right. Forrest and Sheena. God, I love watching them.
I just want to talk about this a little bit. They are I want to know what you want to think about this. Is the mom really this way all the time, or is it because she's on television?
That's a good question. My gut instinct says the phrase that comes up about Molly, the mom, is what my grandma Hazel used to say, and I don't know if grandmother Poodle used
my
to
daughters
say
are sluts.
No, well, Grandma Hazel did say that. My daughter's a slut. She would say that, but she would say, "Baby, you can't go beyond your raisin." And I bring that phrase up.
I was brought up with that phrase.
I'm not saying it's true or not, but that phrase comes up for me here, and that like I think Molly, I'm sorry, what's the stepdad's name again?
Deb.
Like he talks her down, and there's not a maliciousness at the beginning, but she can't help but then go in and a little bit of whatever she's had. It feels like she's bringing almost past trauma to this relationship
Yeah.
or past wrongdoings to her son,
Well,
and she can't overcome that.
She feels the resentment herself.
It's very personal to her. Like
Yeah.
she was taken advantage of, that, and that that's happened to him another time before, that she was taken advantage of before. And I get it, as it's probably as she's been a very protective mother, because as she said, she's worried about
He's been taken advantage of before.
He's been taken advantage of with his autism and things like that. And just so that's where it's fascinating for me to watch this storyline, because except for Forrest, who ironically, it's the hero's journey watching Forrest, meaning that, and the stepdad too, he's a little bit, but with Molly and Sheena, these are two very flawed women who I do not think are being, as you said earlier about another cast, they're both not being malevolent. They both really love Forrest and want to either do the best for him or want to do the best for themselves, but they get in their own way. Because I think Sheena does too, a little bit. The fact that Sheena can't own up to why she lied. I think that's valid. Yeah. Is Molly pressing her hard? Yes, but I don't disagree with what a lot of Molly is asking.
It is.
That was my take. I would love to know your take.
I totally agree. I don't think Sheena has aged beyond 12 years old.
Yes, and I agree. And I think the hard part,
she can't answer those questions.
And I think the hard part in watching this sometimes, where you feel like, Molly, calm down, is you feel like Molly isn't acknowledging that in Sheena. She's treating her as a 40-year-old adult,
as a manipulator. Yeah,
and it's
I can see that Sheena is 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the idea. I'm not saying all vets are children who don't want to grow up, but like she's like, I relate better to animals than people, and because you can't deal with the emotional constructs that comes with dealing with human beings.
Yeah, not that applies to everyone, but I do know some people that are very animal, and I'm like,
Actually, I know two vets who said that. I understand it.
I know two vets.
If I liked animals more, I would be a veterinarian.
Yeah, I know a couple of vets, and I know two vegans who deal with animals better than they deal with people. So that's a real thing, and I don't blame them, because animals are way better than people are half the time. But
except for Muffin, who's barking outside right now.
Great. Well, so
she's literally right underneath here and barking because she knows I'm here.
Can we move on?
Fine.
All right. So, Forrest is happy that he's being able to touch her and hold her hands, and they did a great edit on 90 Day, because Forrest is sitting by Sheena saying, "It's so wonderful to touch her hand
for you."
Before that, then they pan over to Molly, who said, "It's more than holding hands. Waka waka."
She literally said
just made
waka waka like Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie the Muppet, like Fozzie the fucking Muppet.
Waka waka.
Who I wore a Fozzie the Bear shirt yesterday. I love Fozzie the Bear, but I did not expect that on 90 Day Fiance. So anyway, they're driving through. They're in Manila, right? I believe.
Yeah.
And so, and I love that Forrest is like, this is super hectic, but there's a charm to it. And now, even more kind of the shadiness of Sheena's parents. Her parents own an apartment, but if Forrest and his family stayed there, then the parents said, well, you have to pay for it.
They would charge him.
I want to meet these parents, and I hope they get dragged through the coals.
Bond villains.
Yes.
That are her parents.
And that's what I feel like Molly's not acknowledging later on. And so Forrest is like, this seems absurd. We're not paying them. We're staying in our own place. So
there is a moment where
get to their hotel. Go ahead.
Yeah. Forrest says, this is a lot more than online, our relationship now. And they're holding hands. He's like, I've got some good stuff here. He gives her the lingerie and he's like, it's a cloth that goes on your body that accentuates your sexuality.
Okay. That was.
And I'm like, that is the most first of all, y'all, we are getting Love on the Spectrum versus 90 Day crossover that we've always wanted.
We are getting that.
They're sitting there and it is literally like Love on the Spectrum.
It is like Love
and
on
he's
the
like, it's a
Spectrum.
cloth that goes on your body that accentuates your sexuality. And here's a pretty thong. And he's like, I'm going to go brush my teeth. And he decides it's not the time for us to have sex because we need to wait. And the next morning, they're waking up together, and the mom is like, the mom is like, well,
Molly
we're going to
has
go have
no
some
boundaries.
coffee.
None.
I will say, and a part of this is Molly has had her son with her all the time because he's on the spectrum, so she can do that. And I think because she's been her little protege, there are no boundaries. Yeah. I think Deb is pretty recent, actually. Even though she's like, Deb has been with him for a while, like the father she's known, but I guarantee you Molly's main person has always been Forrest.
Yeah.
Her whole life.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, they're gonna Chinatown because she said, I can't wait to show them the Philippines have the best Philippine day ever. And the mom's like, Molly said, so I heard some interesting things, some giggles. Did you do the old nookie? And what do you think? Is this producer initiated?
No. I don't think.
Then she needs to shut the fuck up.
I don't want to talk around this. I think Molly grew up probably because I think probably Molly grew
I know
up
where you're going with this.
Very poor. Yeah. I think Molly probably grew up poor with a lot of family trauma and a lot of family that did not have good emotional boundaries, and they did not know boundaries she didn't have good emotional modeling in her life. And yeah. I'm not using this as an excuse for her. She reminds me a lot of, we weren't close to them, and we weren't close to them probably for this reason. But my grandma on my mom's side, my grandma Maybell's family, the ones that lived in Sulphur, like
all this feels made up to me. So go ahead.
But that's kind of how they were. They grew up in extreme poverty. They didn't have emotional modeling. There was so much abuse and emotional abuse and verbal abuse and unregulated emotions. I think Molly grew up in that world.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's not an excuse, but because I notice how, she'll be even keel and then she'll get really hot really quickly out of nowhere. That is a sign of someone who doesn't know how to emotionally regulate themselves because they didn't see that.
Yeah.
And that's what I see in her.
Yeah. I can see that. So everyone's mortified, and at one point Molly just goes, well, there's things you can do, oral sex, fondling, and Forrest just goes, you're being disrespectful.
I love that he shut this down.
I gotta say, this, and for someone who's coming from someone who's on the spectrum, this takes a lot, y'all.
Thank you for
shut down your parents.
I never thought about that.
And it takes a lot to set a boundary because you're already concerned about how you appear. You're number one, you're on camera, and there's so many, you're thinking about so many things. And he says, you're being disrespectful. We'll ask you if we want to talk about it. And I kept thinking about this poor cab driver the whole time they were talking around. And then Molly's like, you know what? He was always in there talking with me. So Sheena's already had a hold on him. We still need some answers. And I'm like, do you need to be this small? Do you need to be this small right now?
That's where, in part of, I don't know how I think you can probably relate to it. There is this thing of, again, with growing up.
It's tribalism.
Probably the way she grew. It's tribal, and you feel like everyone's against you because they're not part of the family. They're not your kin.
It's tribalism.
And so, yes, because when I was like, this isn't about her having her thumb on him at all.
It's interesting that she can see her son, who is on the spectrum and is autistic,
but she can't see Sheena.
She can't see it in Sheena
because Sheena is clearly on the spectrum. And they haven't said it yet, but she clearly is.
They haven't said it yet, and it's ridiculous they haven't, because Sheena was in the same support group that Forrest was, and she is definitely on the spectrum, and they refuse to acknowledge that.
And they refuse to acknowledge that, and that's what feels icky about watching this, because you feel like
her berating Sheena.
Berating Sheena when she might not have the capacity to kind of take in how she is coming at her.
It's not even the capacity. It is being overwhelmed and not being able to regulate her own emotions.
Yeah.
And not being able to. I actually found that the most distasteful thing is to hold space for her own son's diagnosis being on the spectrum, but not. I don't know why they haven't said.
Great point. That's a great
Sheena
point.
is not on the spectrum yet.
Maybe
it's
you know what? Now that we're thinking, we're in American culture where that's a little bit more acceptable. I don't know what that's like if you're from the Philippines. If you're Filipina,
you don't want to say it.
Do never say that.
That's a good point. Yeah, but it is so frustrating. But Forrest has to know that Sheena is on the spectrum. And so that it's Molly's ignorance of not knowing that, which kind of, but anyway, so later on they're in Chinatown, they're seeing all these fun things. And Molly finally says to Sheena, I want to thank you for your apology, but I did want to ask you about a few things. And she keeps calling her mom. And she's like, I need you to look me in the eye and be truthful. I'm going to tell you right now, Sheena is the type of person on the spectrum who has a problem looking people in the eye.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right away. Mm-hmm. She has a lot of shame, and that's not even related to her diagnosis.
No, I think that's to her. I think her parents are horrible.
And she says, you lied to us about giving your parents the money. This was supposed to be you saving money so you could come to the U.S. and being a family with us. Why have you lied to us? And I'm not going to go off on Forrest here, but it's just like if anyone saw this who was in any way educated with people who are on the spectrum, you should say, she didn't know how to tell you. That's why she couldn't. Mm-hmm. It's so obvious. But
it's not this nefarious reason.
No.
That's so right. She didn't know how.
She said, I owe you millions of explanations. Being a breadwinner, it's cultural that in my country, we're obligated to help our parents. And Molly even says, that's what family does. But my issue is that you lied about it. To me, this is such an easy explanation. Because
at first Molly's being understanding. Molly's like, I get it. You give money, but why couldn't you tell us?
I was ashamed because I didn't want to tell you about my relationship with my parents.
That to me is the answer. And I feel like I see it. And I don't know what else, because Sheena starts crying and she's like, there's the manipulation with the tears. And
she's falling apart.
And it's like, this isn't manipulation. She can't handle this.
Yeah.
But Forrest even looks at her and says, look, you need to be strong and you need to speak. And Molly brings up again, why do you feel you could not tell us? And she said, again, this broke my heart when she said, I felt scared. And if I don't give them money, they won't accept me. And Molly says, this doesn't make sense. And I went, this does make sense to me. Her parents are manipulating her.
Here's the issue. When he says you have to be strong, she can't do that. That's a practice skill. And so this is not something she's going to be able to access right away.
Yeah.
Would
that fall under like masking?
Yeah. Well, it's
you know more than me. I don't know.
It's that. It's less masking and more PTSD from the parents because she just doesn't have those skills right now.
So it's less about the autism, or being on the spectrum, but more about because I think
it's part of that. She has no toleration.
Her parents seem just like horrible manipulative parents,
and they're manipulating her for it. Yeah,
what we've learned about her.
Yeah,
it honestly, seeing the way Sheena acts right now, knowing that her parents said, "If you don't do this, we're going to kick you out on the street," that sickens me.
It's disgusting.
It's
absolutely
there's
disgusting.
No way she could handle it. It's really gross. We better meet those parents.
But Forrest finally says, "Look, she knows she did wrong. Stop beating her down. We need to get her away from the parents." And he says, "Sheena, we need to hear that you're ready to confront them." And she agrees. And she says, and Molly says she should have done that years ago. I've got to say, these should have things
for her.
These we should have done that, blah, blah, blah. And if you're having an emotional argument with someone and you're saying, well, this should have happened years ago, none of that belongs in your fucking mouth right now. Because you're only trying to live in the fucking present. Mm-hmm. And you are doing a disservice to everyone around you by saying this should have happened now. Because that's your own resentment.
It's your own resentment, and it goes back to if you're trying to make amends with this person, that one of the definitions that people talk about forgiveness is letting go that the past could have been any different.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing of that's you holding on to a past resentment. Like you said, that's nothing to do in the present. If you truly want to have a relationship with Sheena, forgive her for that past and meet her where she is now. And hopefully you can move on to a new start. And then if something goes awry, then you have kind of like this, you have something that has to do with both of you.
Right.
Because right now, Molly is angry. Yes, she lied to Forrest, but Molly is angry actually about something that is about the relationship of Sheena and her parents.
Thank you.
It has nothing to do with her.
And forgiveness, remember this, y'all. Forgiveness is more important for you than anybody else, than the person you're forgiving.
And it's going to be really hard.
Forgiveness
for Molly
is
to
releasing
let that go.
yourself.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that, because you feel better when you forgive someone, you feel better.
Yeah.
It's not about, yes, you're giving that other person the gift, but the fact that when you forgive someone, you feel a lot better. You should, if it's actual forgiveness.
Yeah. All right. Poodle.
I'm on new wine.
I think it's time. You're on new wine. Before you get too drunk, it's time.
I'm gonna do my Broadway corner.
Poodle's Broadway
it's Poodle's Broadway corner. Y'all, holy fucking shit. I told you 3 shows that I saw. One wasn't in New York. It was Stereophonic in Los Angeles, the touring production. God awful. It has only gotten worse from now on. Almost everyone who I've talked to has seen it in LA has hated it. Avoid this production of Stereophonic like the plague on tour. Do not give them your money. I'm actively campaigning against this production.
I know, but you talked about it. We're on a time schedule here. Come on.
Fair. So I saw Messy White Gays on Monday night. Loved it. Tuesday night, I saw 2 Strangers Karaoke Across New York. You heard that. I still kind of feel the same way. If you love independent musicals, go see it. I have 3 plays for you this week. No musicals. Wednesday night, I saw Little Bear Ridge Road with Lori Metcalf.
Jealous. I'm so jealous you saw that.
Unfortunately, it is closed now. It closed December 21st. A little early, I think, but I'll read to you what I wrote about it as soon as I saw it. I wrote down, the spirit of Edward Albee runs through this play. Laurie Metcalf is unreal as a grouchy aunt, but Micah Stock delivers as a truly vulnerable performance. His physicality tells you he's broken. I wrote down this trend is a play that is a slice of life play and doesn't give you a full picture of what's happening. It's very much the embodiment of that. I did love I had problems with the ending, and then I liked it a couple days after. I'll tell you right now,
I love it when a piece does that, where you don't know what you think, and then
the performances are better than the play by Samuel D. Hunter. I think Laurie Metcalf and Micah Stock really sell the shit out of it. And there was a man, I will say, there was a man next to me who was spilling into my seat. He was so large, and a woman's breath next to me that was so noxious it almost made me sick. So that may have
colored your
experience, wanting to leave the theater. Okay. I was also in the booth mezzanine, which was extremely small. And but I will say this. Laurie Metcalf is a genius, and so is Micah Stock. Let's move on to a show I saw Thursday night, Oedipus with Mark Strong and Leslie Manville.
Mark Strong is so hot.
Fucking wow.
Oh, really?
You need to get to New York and see this play. This is absolutely incredible. If you can get a ticket, you need to see it. They are leaving, I think, February 8th. Here we go. I'll read what I wrote. Just fucking wow. What a goddamn play and production. Give Leslie Manville the Tony now. Give Mark Strong the Tony too. Even John Carroll Lynch as Creon and Anne Reid as Merope the Tony. I'm not going to give spoilers about any specific production design elements, but they were genius. It's just spectacular. Breathtaking pace. It's 2 hours, no intermission. Do not be late. They will not seat you. You cannot leave. It's a beautifully written adaptation. It's really smart. There's a lot of like mom jokes, and at first they bothered me, but then I realized it was building towards something. And I got to say, this is Richard Ike, who directed and did an adaptation of Oedipus. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. If you live in the New York tri-state area, you must see this. It was the best thing I saw. I cannot say more about it. Oedipus. Leslie Manville will win the Tony. Probably Mark Strong
fantastic.
Too. If you can get a ticket, you have to see this. I wrote down, I saw it tonight and I kind of want to see it tomorrow night. That's what I wrote. The last thing I saw was Liberation. And this is an interesting idea. And I wrote down a true meditation on the idea of can women really have it all? And it's during the first act, it's set in the 60s, 70s in a high school gymnasium. And you have a bunch of very diverse women coming into this place and saying, we're here to fight for women. And then the play is really talky. It's like, blah, blah, blah. I have this and I have that and blah, blah, blah. And I was starting to get worried. Then something happens at the end of the first act that completely changes everything. And I'm not going to give that away. But then the second act is so much more interesting. It's a little meta theater with someone who is kind of breaking the fourth wall always and stopping. At the beginning, I hated it. As time went on, I really liked it. By the end of the show, I went, this needed to happen. There was an actress who comes in midway through the second act, lights up the stage, and she should get a Best Featured Actress Tony. I'm not gonna spoil it. The ending completely breaks your heart. And I said, I need every woman to see this show, and every woman should take their daughter.
Oh, that's the way I felt about
John Proctor's the villain.
John Proctor's the villain when we saw that.
This is even more so.
Wow.
It's not my favorite thing I've ever seen, but it is required viewing. for you if you want to understand your mom or you understand your grandmother. And holy shit. I will say Oedipus and Liberation were the two best things I saw. By far.
Okay. All right, then.
I don't know how much longer Liberation is going to be along. Oedipus is going to be around until middle of February, maybe early February, with Leslie Manville and Mark Strong for sure. Definitely see Oedipus. Definitely see Liberation. Little Bear Ridge Ride, you can't see anymore. Two Strangers, I've made my case on that. See Chess if you want to see people screaming their faces off.
And you recommended to see Messy White Gays.
100%. Till January 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's been Poodle's Broadway Corner.
That made me want to go to New York a little bit again, but then I remember that it's cold and I don't want to.
But I got to say, Oedipus was so fucking good. And Liberation too, but a completely different way. Oedipus would have had Strindberg jerking off.
I've never seen Oedipus. I've only read it. So it'd be nice to see it. I'm sure they'll do a tour and it'll come to LA and it won't be as good.
It won't.
Yeah. All right.
Where are we?
Let's wrap this up with Laura and Birkan.
Holy shit.
Oh boy, y'all.
Y'all, this guy's gay. I'm sorry. This guy's a fucking...
Okay. You're fully drunk now.
This guy's a fucking pickle smoker.
No more new wine for you in these shows.
This guy is a mincing, prancing, butt fucking... Yeah.
I did get that vibe as well. I love if you're not watching the video, I love that you're drinking from a red Solo cup.
That's the only thing we have in my house. Well, how else do you have a roadie? You fucking like innocent little Mary Sunshine went, what's a roadie? And like everyone else in the world knew what a roadie was.
Well, we don't. I don't drink and drive.
I guarantee you your brother knows what a roadie is.
Oh, he takes roadies all the time.
And I guess you're just such a fucking stick in the mud. You can't have it.
So, y'all, we're going to Turkey. He's in Turkey at the Airbnb. He's ironing for her. And this place does look gorgeous. Meanwhile, Laura is landing. She's like, it's crazy that I'm here. And she puts on a dress and she said, I'm proud of my progress that I've made because she's lost so much weight. She said, but I have flaws and I'm nervous that he won't be as attracted to me in person. Put a pin in that because next week we see that she goes because apparently she's getting some plastic surgery done in Turkey. And she takes him with her.
She takes him with her.
Girl, no, you take your gay friend with you to the Turkish plastic surgeon or no one. Don't take your boyfriend.
Your gay friend or no one. You're right.
Darcy and Stacey didn't take Florian and Georgie when they're to #Bodrum. So anyway.
So y'all, she walks down, she sees him, he kisses her, and Birkan says, everything's perfect. And Laura's like, he looks amazing. That dark romance main character. First of all,
God.
I don't know if it's production that's making her do this or she thinks that's her catchphrase. It makes her seem crazy and desperate, and it's not good.
What she needs to do, if she's into this romance novel, she needs to write a gay romance novel and get it out quickly because Heated Rivalry just got bumped up to 3 seasons now because it was the most watched thing in HBO streaming. Y'all get ready. You're about to
just
see
get into this.
You're going to see get into this. You're about to see
just
gay,
get into it.
Sex, homoerotic love everywhere.
You're going to see a gay football story. You're going to say gay cricket. You're going to see gay table tennis, gay pickleball,
gay chess,
gay shot put.
You're going to see it everywhere except for
gay
maybe
luge, which is already gay enough.
Yes. You probably won't see it on CBS or Paramount, but
Probably not.
Probably not. So fuck them.
Fuck you, Ellisons. But I have to say, the next thing that happened, the producer asks him, when you look at her, what do you think? He says, she's perfect. I don't need to look at her. I don't need to because I feel it. I'm complete. So I don't need to see. And
Who
she
says
goes,
that, Poodle?
a gay guy. A guy who likes dick, who's not attracted to women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Laura goes, that's the best answer, isn't it?
No, it's not, Laura.
On the train, he's not even looking at her. He won't even make eye contact.
And she even says, I don't know what is happening. This is so awkward. And then he drags her suitcase through these cobblestones to this building. They get to this beautiful Airbnb. And he's like, why don't you change and we'll go see the coast? And then we have them. We've already talked about this at the beginning of the show.
We have this weird philosophical. Nietzsche. I'm sorry. Nietzsche is so gay. All of this is so like negating of.
You would know because you were a philosophical poetry gay.
I was. But all of it is so just negating the most basic human instinct, which is to fuck. And he's trying to put that. Y'all, no amount of neck tattoos is going to do this.
No.
She's going to get this real quick. And anyway, he's saying architecture is the art we live in. She's like, I love that. That's so profound. She has really deluded herself. And
I think this whole romance novel thing, she thinks this is really, truly,
this.
She has convinced herself this is that. Meanwhile, Michael's been blowing her up the whole day. So when she does finally, when they get back home and she does go to bed and she's like, I'm going to go to bed. And he goes, I'm not tired. I'm going to watch TV.
I think I'm going to watch Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry.
It's this new show. Have you heard about it?
Heard it? Or episodes of Baywatch, but where they cut all the women out.
Have you heard this show? It's called Maude.
I'm going to watch.
B. Arthur is quite the claptrap.
Yes. I'm going to watch Golden Girls, but I'll be in bed soon. That's what this
y'all, if you've ever told your girlfriend, go to bed early and don't wait for me, I'm going to watch TV for a while, you gay. You don't want to fuck her.
Unless it's a sports game that hasn't ended and you need to see the end of a game. That's the only reason.
You mean guys would actually turn down sex to watch a sports game?
I was going to say, this is a great question. I would ask my brother this. Would straight guys, what's the selfish choice? The end of a good game?
Pussy over sports, right?
I think all men would want to have sex. I think that too.
I don't believe it.
We don't know.
Anyway, y'all, he's sitting there with his pillow behind his face and his legs crossed, and he's just like watching figure skating or what the fuck ever.
Yeah,
and it is just gay, 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 gay.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say. If you say I'm going to watch TV, let me tell you, the amount of times I've used TV to not like make out with a girl, lots of times.
Yeah, I remember watching Legends of the Fall with my girlfriend Lacey just so I could see Brad Pitt's ass. We had to watch that movie like 4 times because we kept because we would make out a little bit and I would say, I didn't see all the film. And I'd say, no, we should start from the beginning again.
You know, I love the films.
I even learned the theme on the piano. Not only did I learn the theme, there wasn't the sheet music to it, and I wrote it out on sheet music myself and learned it.
Whoa. And, y'all, she's not that gifted at the piano. So it took her a long time.
No, yeah. So the fact that I did that's music gay nerd.
We got to cut this off.
That's a show. Jake's drunk. You know what? I'm not sober.
Come on.
I'm going to be on. Look, I'm going to finish this high noon.
This is my father's new wine.
I'm finishing this high noon, and I'm immediately going to Taco Bueno. So we know what's happening with that.
Muffin is standing at the door trying to me to let her in.
All
so
right.
I'm
Well,
probably
then
gonna do
let's
that.
close this up. Y'all, that is the
She's
show.
staring at me like this with her eyes that says, I know who you are.
I know who
and
you are.
I will eat you. And I'm an eater of worlds.
She's going to eat you. Go to realitygays.com. Follow us on Instagram at RealityGaysPod. Follow us on TikTok and Blue Sky at RealityGays Podcast. And you can follow us on YouTube at Reality Gays. We appreciate that very much. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Please support our sponsors because they enable us to do what we love. And if you don't want to listen to our ads, you can subscribe to RG Plus at the all audio $8 mid-level tier that's available on patreon.com/realitygays. And then on Supercast, it's realitygays.supercast.com. Or what's easier than Poodle?
I don't know, but I'd like to find him.
It's Apple's fucking subscriptions. It's Apple subscriptions, and it's just one little click, and you can. And also, we want to remind people:
little click.
Christmas doesn't end till January 4th, at whatever the 12 days of Christmas or the 6th. So there's still time for you to give the gift of gay.
The 6th is Epiphany.
You can gift our RG Plus subscription via Patreon, Supercast, even Apple. You can gift all that. All right, everybody, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you tell your girlfriend, I'm just going to spend a little time watching the rest of Red Shoe Diaries.
Ooh.
Ooh. Just looking for a glimpse of male ass nudity.
Yeah.
David Duchovny.
You know what? You need to call us because you need to talk to your gays. You're in a way.